In this video, we're going to go over something you guys have been asking for a while, and that is some Lomachenko tactics, Lomachenko style footwork and setups. Now, the fundamentals in this video are already covered in my boxing footwork video sold on my website. So if you're looking for a comprehensive set of boxing footwork, it's there in that video. What Lomachenko does is not so much specific moves or tactics, but it's the way he combines them. It's the way he leads you one way and leads you the other way. It's one thing to be able to do the techniques, do the tactics. It's another thing to be able to be like Lomachenko and have the visual reaction, have the timing, be able to pull it off in the heat of the action. Because everybody he faces, they all know these moves as well. It's not like he's doing something that they don't know or can't do. It's just the way he works the timing. But anyways, you won't be going up against Lomachenko, and neither will I. I'm going to work it in a way that you can set it up as a drill. Understand the moves. Work it as a drill that you can work in your shadow boxing, in your training. You can bring that to your sparring, bring some of these concepts of how Lomachenko is setting up body shots, setting up angles, faking and feinting, and setting up other attacks. Now, if you guys are wondering about these gloves, these are the prototype to my heavy hitter bag gloves. Those are also in my shop as well. These are what I've been using for the past year and a half for banging on the heavy bag. Okay, so I'm going to be working it out of an orthodox stance versus the southpaw. So again, as you know, it's common, orthodox versus the southpaw. I want to get outside this lead foot, their right lead foot to set up shots. Same with the southpaw, going to get outside that lead foot, and that's a lot of what you're going to see Lomachenko do. So I'm working it from the orthodox perspective. You orthodox out there can work these same concepts against southpaw, and then vice versa. So the first thing is Lomachenko is working the jab, feeling the jab. Either he's going to go hard with the jab and show some commitment there, or he's going to work it so that he can set up the outside angle. The first way to set up the outside angle is, as you throw the jab, you step to the outside while you throw the jab. The key to getting the outside angle is to throw while you step, and that keeps your opponent busy so that they don't see exactly what you're doing, and then you can get out there, and there's a bunch of ways you can do that, and then you can start to fake and feint, or you can start to lead to further angles. So here's how the first technique goes. You're here, you're working. Let's say Lomachenko is playing with the jab, and then finally I'm going to step outside as I throw the jab. So I throw a committed jab or a feeler jab, and instead of my foot going in here, which the southpaw can easily knock it down and catch you, if you're not quick enough, you don't have the range, I'm going to throw here and then step outside with this lead foot. I'm now out here on this angle, and this is the beginning of it. So here I go, and from here, this is where I can throw the body shot. So that's where it starts to lead to, the southpaw's there, they catch you throwing the jab, stepping outside, boom, going for the body shot on the opening. Now the southpaw has to worry about what's coming over on their right side, on their blind side. So here I go, I might throw it, so that's the first thing that's going on, is I'm working the jab, playing with it, maybe committing, and then I'm going to step outside and set up that body shot. That's the first thing I'm going for. Now I want to add a little bit of complexity to it. I can either go 1-2, step to the outside, or I can just throw the right hand and step to the outside. That's going to give my opponent more to think about. So instead of just here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to work the right hand as I go out. Or I'm going to work the right hand by itself. So you see how I'm either going 1-2, set up the body shot, 2, set up the body shot, overhand right, left hook. All of that is to get this lead foot to the outside. The right hand is giving my opponent more to think about, and then I'm digging to the body to get that angle. Now that's just the start of it. That's the start of going to the left side. If I'm going to go to the left side, I'm going to go to that angle. Of course, the other alternative, one of the most common ones, southpaw versus orthodox, is just throw the straight lead right. So instead of all of that, I'm in the mix here, faking. You just throw the straight lead right. Now you have different options. And this is what Lomachenko is doing, is he's working his angles, he's faking that he's going, mixing up his attacks. Jab, step, body shot. Overhand right body shot. Fake it. Lead right. All this is setting up different patterns, making him less predictable. So this is sort of the beginning of it right here. So let's recap. Messing around with the jab. Maybe I go hard. Mess around with the jab. Go hard with the step. Catch the outside angle. I use the right hand to keep my opponent busier. Or fake the angle and then just throw the straight lead right instead as another option. Next one is, now you're going to create the second deeper angle by throwing the shot to get the step and then flipping around. Now what the opponent is expecting is, they're expecting the body shot, they're expecting the lead hook. You use that beat, that time, to take your step and go. So here, instead of this, you go here and you flip and create the second angle. And this is one of the tactics that Lomachenko does a lot. I go here, instead of this, pop, instead of this, I take that time that my opponent thinks is going to occur, that beat, and I use it to go here. And then I'm on the angle, and then I can set up other shots. So it's all about the timing and the and using the time that you've got with patterns. So here, instead of this, I go here, use that time to set up another angle. If I'm already in the mix, I can throw a right hand lead hook, come up the center, then step and flip, and step and create the angle instead of setting up off of a shot. So you'll see Lomachenko work this. So instead of here, he'll come in straight to bait his opponent, step, under. He's straight, the shot comes under, and then throw the shot. So sometimes it's a matter of timing. You're gonna set it up, create it, or you come up to the middle, dip. You gotta work off of what your opponent gives you. So here Lomachenko will be working, and then he's gonna duck and create the angle off of the counterattack of the opponent. So these are all different ways that you can work to the blind side, behind the southpaw's lead foot. You set it up with action first. Set up with your own shot first. Or you work off of your opponent throwing the lead right hook, and you step and go under. And then you throw your shots from there. The other option was, instead of all of that, just throw the straight lead right. Now another thing that you can do is, you set up the angle to the right. That's another variation. Instead of all this going to the left, you go to the right instead. So here, and all you do is just shift. Common tactic against the southpaw. Throw, shift, throw, create the angle off to the right side. Here, moving. Different angles and different ways you can set it up to the right. Now the final one, you'll see Lomachenko do this once in a while. It's very common again. Southpaw versus orthodox and vice versa. I had this covered in my old Manny Pacquiao tactics video. You want to take a deep angle, you throw the straight, and you back skip through. And this is not a very easy one to pull off. Here, and that gets you deep. The footwork goes like this. bam, back foot. And now I'm way behind my opponent as they turn. So here you set it up. When you've been working these patterns, your opponent is bracing themselves for the shot or moving in different ways. You've got them going here, expecting that. Then here, expecting the right hand. Then maybe expecting you to come to the right. Boom, boom. And then if you find yourself being able to mix up those patterns, then you can step through. So let's just recap. Again, the first thing is timing, visual reaction, patterns, conditioning. Lomachenko has it all on the next level. But you can still use these tactics against the person equal to you in your own gym. It starts with setting angles, using action to get to those angles, and then either you're going to capitalize on it or you're going to take the next step. 1, jabbing. 2, jab and step and throw. 3, setting up the right hand. Bam. Bam. That's 3. 4, right hand by itself. Bam. No angle. 5, use the right hand to step in. Do not throw the body shot. Take that time to switch. Or I'm going to throw the right hand and then step on an angle to the right. And the next one is throw the right hand, step in deep, pivot. Here. The other option we covered is going in straight, creating some action, ducking and stepping out on the angle. So you wait, you stay in the pocket, wait till your opponent does something, and you feed off of that to create the angle. All right, so I hope this helps some of you out there trying to understand Lomachenko footwork and tactics. None of the moves themselves are particularly different. It's just the way he sets it up with timing and patterns. So work that as a shadowboxing drill, bring it to your bag work, bring it to your sparring, and I hope it helps you get the edge and get the angles on your opponent, sparring partners, to set up more shots. Oh, and also, final thing, my new Attacking the Body instructional video is now available in my shop. I'm gonna leave a link in the video description below to that, so go check out the trailer to help you set up more body shots and be more effective attacking to the body. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Peace.